Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with an Ace of Wands. This is very creative energy. This is a very focused consciousness. Yeah. I feel that you are having a kind of an increasing awareness of something, right? And maybe something kind of has started off rather small and uncertain and kind of vague feeling or thought or an idea. I feel like it's growing. I feel the light is just, the fire is growing in you, right? And I feel like it's kind of pointing you in this direction that we really can't ignore, okay? I feel that you're being pulled in a particular direction. Not even being pulled, you're being pushed from within, right? To a particular direction, a particular thing, or an idea. This is an inspiration. Right, this is something now that I think it's undeniable. It's grown so hot and so bright, you can't ignore it. And now we've got to manifest it, right? So I think you're somebody who lately has been having a lot of good ideas. You know, I kind of feel as if you have an idea, you have a thought or an inspiration, or kind of this feeling of like, hey, let's try something. And I feel like you do it, and I feel like it works. You know? It's kind of like you're on a roll now creatively, right? And this feels like it might be the next big thing for you. Whether it's a new path, a new project, a new person, a new whatever, right? This feels like the big one. Okay, let's see where this energy is going, where it's coming from, and how we might want it to manifest. Next card, oh, the Tower. Wow. This is, I think, really abrupt change. Okay, the Tower moment is kind of like we go through this life that's very steady, calm, predictable, then suddenly we get that big blip. We get that big Tower moment, that big breakthrough, the big kind of peak experience, right? That major occurrence of novelty. This is not a bad card. This is a card that is sometimes disruptive. Sometimes it flips our life upside down, you know. Sometimes this is unexpected and kind of chaotic, you know. It's abrupt. This is change that happens like that. Rapid change, okay? And really, it's, I think in this case, a very good thing. Because these two cards together, this is the freeing of your creative will. I feel like in the past, years ago or last year, last week or whatever, you maybe either didn't believe in yourself, and so we kind of kept this creative will, this consciousness kind of locked up in this tower. It was sealed up, right, inside of a container. It was contained. Or maybe the situation you were in was very limiting. You didn't have a lot of, you know, freedom of expression, freedom of movement, or freedom of your creative will. Maybe it was a work situation where you kind of just had to do everything by the book. There was no room for inspiration. There was no room for creativity. No one was allowed to think outside the box or think outside the tower. But I feel like now that's changing. I feel like your creative will is being freed from restriction. When the tower walls come down, what's left? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is in here. So we're kind of letting that creative consciousness out of its box here. Okay. So not only was that previous state or situation or the life that you were leading, not only was it there was no room for creativity, the creativity was discouraged, right? There was no opportunity for you to manifest your creative will. Okay, so it was holding you back. Something was holding you back, and it could be our own beliefs. It could be our own thoughts about ourselves. Right? It doesn't have to be coming from anyone outside. It could be like a workplace that was everything just had to be by the book. There's no room for any kind of inspiration, right? It also wasn't a situation that made you feel inspired. So it's kind of, it was fine because they didn't want you to be inspired, and well, that wasn't the environment that was going to inspire you anyway. So win-win, sort of, I think, kind of. But now something different is going on. And this feels like it's happening very quickly. It feels like it's a big inspiration, this grand new idea. Underneath the surface, we got some water energy. We've got a Prince of Cups, fixed water energy. This is an artist, right? This is somebody that believes in a feeling, and I think that's where this is going. That's the new awareness. We said that there's this increasing awareness of something. It's a feeling. It's you realizing in a very essential way how you feel about life, or what you desire, or what it is within you, that inner artist that wants to create, that wants to be inspired and then innovate and create, right? So if you're in, let's say you're in that workplace that's very uninspiring and they don't want you to do anything outside the box anyway, there's this growing awareness of this Prince of Cups within you that has something to say, that feels something of life and needs to express it. This is that the essential artist, right? It's the stereotype of the artist in a way. Somebody that can portray through their art, through whatever medium they do, can express their impression of the world. The artist can see a sunset and be inspired by the sunset and then want to go either paint a sunset or create a civilization, right? This is really that kind of intensity that's within you that needs to be expressed. Okay, needs to be inspired, needs to be expressed. This is the fixed feeling. This is the identification with something. This is kind of saying that something's going on with you that you can't deny it. Right? You can't ignore it any longer. And so I feel like you're bursting out of yourself really, and this creativity, this inspiration, this innovation is coming out. There's no way to hold this in anymore. Let's see. My hands are shaking a little bit. This feels really, really intense. Of course, we've got the Nine of Cups. As the Nine of Cups to me feels like kind of a motivating push, right? And this is happiness. This is the Nine of Cups. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. This is the happiness that keeps on happening, the life that keeps on living. It's the pursuit of happiness. It's the following of your bliss. It's the realization that there's more to life than anything. There's just more, right? This is the motivation, what's pushing you from behind. The universe is pushing you in this direction. Again, you kind of feel as if you're being pushed from within, right? This is physical, financial fulfillment, mental, emotional satisfaction, right? Spiritual, creative abundance. This is the whole picture. This is the meaning of life. To live a life in this manner, that is as close to this as possible. Now, there's always going to be one or other cup here that maybe needs a little maintenance, right? Needs a little bit of work, needs a little more water. You've got to fill it up. But this is the life that we want to lead. Okay? And I think whatever type of energy you've been in the past has been kind of blocking that. It's been a tower. It's been brick walls around you, preventing you from expressing or satisfying or manifesting one or other of these cups. And you're breaking out of that tower. You're breaking through your limitations now. It doesn't mean that you have to leave the job. That's not what I'm saying, right? But you're finding a way to free your creative energy, to free your consciousness, to free your will, and to pursue that creative life that is going to satisfy you. Now, just because this is the inner artist, or that feeling, that desire, that real core essential love that we feel, it doesn't mean that you have to then quit your job and go be a painter or a sculptor or something, right? It may not be traditional art, but that feeling that you have in you is being expressed in your physical world, through your consciousness, through your efforts, through your ideas and innovations, through your initiation into the world around you. And that is art. No matter what form it takes, right? No matter, this kind of water energy through the medium of the earth is art. Okay? So you're an artist whether you like it or not, right? What are we aspiring to? What is it that we've got to, maybe we're not sure. Maybe we're not sure exactly yet which direction we're going to take this kind of new inspiration, this fiery creative energy, and this feeling that we just cannot deny, this growing awareness of our own power and potential that we just are not going to, we're not going to sacrifice any of these cups anymore. Maybe we're not sure exactly what that's going to look like. In the very practical, real world, maybe the Two of Swords is saying, I don't want there to have to be a limitation on it. I don't want to have to choose this over that. I don't want to have to say, I'm a painter or I'm a musician. No, you are you. You are this pure, creative, conscious energy. You are pure spirit. So we don't have to limit ourselves. Maybe this is showing that we're transcending the idea of these either-or choices, this black and white world, this false dichotomy, this duality. Because of that little lunar crescent at the very top of the card, see, right up there, showing us the way to transcend the world of opposites. The world of opposites that says I'm either doing this or I'm doing that. I'm either identified with being a carpenter or office or data entry, right? I used to do a lot of data entry. The idea that we don't want to have to narrow our options. We don't want to have to kind of choose one thing over another thing. We don't want to make a difference. We don't want to say that there's a difference between me doing that and me doing that. Because like I say in these readings, it doesn't matter necessarily exactly what you're doing. The particulars don't really matter. What matters is how and why, right? How and why. Because then it can be expressed through many different things. The form will change. So the Two of Swords is saying, I don't want to have to choose one form over the other. Okay, we're transcending the need for that kind of specialization, that kind of particular detail. It's going to change, And so, we're going to navigate this path, this pull or push that we feel from within. We're going to navigate it according to our intuition. We're going to close our eyes and like Luke Skywalker, we're going to just figure it out, without having to really see the world of dualities. That it's impossible to walk that direction and that direction at the same time, right? So this is the realization that in any moment, your life is going to take many twists and turns. And indeed, I think that is really important, that you listen to yourself and trust yourself, your consciousness, your intuition, and follow that inner guide, right? Wherever it may take you. And I think it's really It's rapid changes. Okay, these it's probably going to be a series of peak experiences, one after the other for you. Real kind of spiritual activation. It's kind of a full chakra, kind of a kundalini awakening kind of thing that might be challenging to your existing structure of life, right? It might feel like a little bit of chaos at the beginning, but I think that by following your intuition, by following your consciousness, your spiritual, your higher, your pure consciousness, I think you're going to navigate this beautifully. Let's see what's in the future position. A 10 of Wands. You're bringing these to completion. The Ace to the 10. This is something now you feel this impulse, and you're seeing it through until the end. Okay, and it might be talking about the series, the cycle, right? Ace to 10, and we know that the 10 is really just a return to the unity, right? And at least in a base 10 kind of decimal system anyway. So this could just right here be talking about the cycle, the pattern. It's creation after creation after creation after creation. We're following our creative consciousness rather than being stuck in the tower, concealed, encased in the brick and mortar of life, right? So it's the cycle. It's one tower event, and we see it all the way through till the end, till we kind of complete the task or the impulse, and we follow the path, and then it kind of happens again. Life is a series of repeating tower moments and breakthroughs and innovations, up, 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 and up, right? Inspiration, 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 leveling up, constantly rising. Yeah. And the 10, of course, also reminds us not to burn ourselves out. Okay, very practical kind of energy. Take care of yourself. Okay, and all of this, especially if there is a chakra activation or kundalini awakening, it has the potential to really zap our physical vital energy. Okay, as much as we feel charged up and energized, we've got to also be able to calm it down and rest and eat and drink water and all that good stuff, you know, in order to keep that energy level up and in order for us to physically, humanly, in our mortal frame, be able to handle these repeated tower moments of breakthroughs and progress and innovations and inspirations and creations, we've got to take care of our physical mortal frame. Okay, very, very important. Especially now and especially for you, because I feel that you have a tendency to sometimes forget about your physical needs. Okay, so please make sure you pay attention to that. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and it's going to go right over here. Jimbo the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard. We'll keep an eye on that card for us. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free, and it supports the channel. This channel is supported by viewers like you, and I appreciate all of you. I truly do. Okay, Path of the Serpent, here we go. General energy. The Lover's card, of course. The Lover's card is the commitment. Now, the Lover's card does not mean always romantic love. It can be. This is the union with that which we love, right? It is the fulfillment of a purpose. It is us committed to a purpose. This is romantic love, platonic love, divine love, and self-love, okay? And this is us, I think, fulfilling it's almost one cup at a time, right? Through this cycle of ace to 10, these tower moments, right? That we are uniting and having these really spiritual unions with all of these different aspects of ourselves, all of these different desires and these forms of expression. It's kind of like you are that artist, and let's say you're working on a painting. For that moment, for that week, 6 months, a year, whatever, that is life. That is the object of your love and your desire. And you finish the painting and it feels like it's that climax, feels like that spiritual experience, right? And then the cycle continues again. And then maybe time goes by, you have that tower moment, and you feel another one of these, and that's your life for that period of time, right? And this is kind of this is a devotion to those spiritual experiences, okay? This is the choice. This is the devotion that we have toward this expression, toward this this joining up, this linkage, this union, this marriage between your consciousness and some aspect of the universe, some aspect of God, goddess, deity, right? And so this is what it's about. You're looking to really connect with things, with ideas, with people, your pets, your plants, whatever, right? You're looking to have those intimate bonds. It's really your ability to immerse yourself in the experience and become one with it, right? And really experience it fully and freely until it naturally subsides and becomes a part of you, and you're ready for the next part of the path. Okay? There's very strong energy today. Absolutely amazing here. Your relationships. Oh, Cancer power card. There we go. That's the Knight of Cups. Anytime we get one of the power cards, we ring the bell, right? And we call it a power card because this is one of the cards of the tarot, one of the two that represent the star sign of Cancer. This is the cardinal water energy, Cancer. You're a cardinal water sign. So even in your relationships, you are giving and receiving love. You are expressing yourself in this, well, really it's the expression of that water energy, right? It's a mixture of water and fire, and we have the water and fire here, which is kind of the central force, the combination of forces within you. And this is you out in the world expressing that. And I think this is in both these big tower moments, right? These big events of your life, these big magical kind of experiences, but also in the little day-to-day things. This is just your own joy, your own creativity, your own uniqueness, your own feeling tone, your own personality, really, coming through in everything you do. The littlest thing that you do, it has your own little flavor to it. The way you tie your shoes just feels like a union with some aspect of God, goddess, deity, right? Because everything is love now. Every move you make, every word you speak, right, feels like an act of love. Feels like a union with that spiritual reality. This card's all about the giving and receiving of love. It comes out through just your kindness to other people, right? Just the way we can look at a sunset and we're just brought to tears. You know, the way that we can just share a smile with a stranger and feel so touched by it, right? Somebody does something nice for you, even something small. Somebody doesn't hit you with the door when you're going into a building, right? That is just, it feels, right? It feels. And I think this is really, this is a big thing for you. This is significant, right? And I think that it's this love that's really showing up in all your relationships now. There's just an intimacy, a tenderness. There's a real care and compassion and a real affection for the people in your life, for nature, right? Your pets, your plants. I mean, it really is love. You know, it's really, really, really good. This might be the best reading ever. You know, it really might be. Let's see is there an obstacle? Or is there something in the way? Is there something we're afraid of? Capricorn energy, Devil card. This is your opposite sign, obviously. This is your kind of alter ego. And let's think about that, because if we have these tower events, we have this intense commitment to our expression. The Capricorn energy, the Devil card, feels a little bit isolated, feels a little bit lonely. It feels like we're more concerned with just doing our thing and creating our reality and having these tower moments, having these spiritual experiences, but it cuts us off from everybody else. So that's why this card is in the position of the the difficulty or the fear, worry, and concern. It's very ambitious. This is our creative drive, right? So this is kind of the engine that fuels all of this, but we've got to be careful with that because we don't want this to cut us off from all of this love that we're sharing with the world, all of the expression of our care and compassion and love and empathy and kindness. The Devil card could really take us out of that. We want the ambition, we want the creative drive, right? But we want to stay connected. This card's very important, but it's kind of also a little dangerous, okay? So just keep an eye on that. Make sure that all of this ambition of yours, all of these breakthroughs and all of this creation, and we think of the artist who is then, this painting is my whole life. That's all I care about. So then I'm being kind of rude and kind of short and snappy with everybody else, right? Because I'm so consumed with this. It's that obsession that that's it. That's life right there. And it may be kind of enables us to neglect or reject other people in our lives. And so we got to be careful. I think that's a very good reason why we have the Knight of Cups in the position of your environment and in your relationships. That this kind of spiritual work should bring more joy, more connection, more beauty in your day-to-day life, not less. Okay? The Devil card can be that kind of obsession that is either really, really good or not so good. Okay? And it depends on how it's influencing your other relationships. Okay? So just be careful that we don't isolate ourselves and get so obsessed and committed to this each particular project or each development of your life or whatever it is, that it has a kind of a diminishing effect on the intimacy with other people in your life. Okay, it should be bringing more joy to your daily life, to the little things, not less. So that's a good reason why this card is here, and it's very important. And of course, the Capricorn energy usually shows up in the Cancer reading anyway, just as the Cancer energy typically shows up in the Capricorn readings, if you've noticed. So I would recommend you watch the Capricorn reading. Okay, watch the last one that we did, watch the next one that we do. Because it's intimately tied in with your path right now. Final outcome card, we've got a Prince of Swords now. We have a commitment to a feeling, a commitment to an idea. Okay, these are your beliefs, these are your values, and we're committed there. Okay, so this is really, you're fixed in this way of life, you're fixed in this energy, and I feel that there is a lot of fluidness, right? But there's this kind of underlying commitment to this way of life that is unshakable. It's your aspiration to really to be motivated and pushed forward by this Nine of Cups, and nothing's gonna throw you off of that path. Okay, this is the identification with a feeling. This is the identification with a belief or with a thought, right? And so it really, both of those cards really kind of represent the ace, right? The will, the firmness of your convictions. Your thought and your feeling are very much in harmony with the path forward, and you're not going to stray from that. And so this is really a very committed energy. It may feel disruptive. It may feel kind of chaotic at times. It may feel very abrupt. I think it's really rapid changes are taking place. But there's a focus and there's a purpose to all of it. Okay? And I think you will be experiencing a lot more intimacy and togetherness and union with family, with friends, with coworkers. It's this love and joy that really is gonna spread to every area of your life, regardless of what your kind of big projects and big plans are. Because again, I think the tower moments are there. They're happening. Right? These big, huge breakthroughs, but there's also that steady line of progress, and then it's punctuated by those tower moments. So it's really the places in between the tower moments that are really kind of the most important in some ways, because it's your daily life. It's just kind of, it's almost the mundane life, but I don't think anything really is going to feel mundane anymore, Let's look at the mystery card. See what this is. I'm curious. I think tower maybe, because we're talking about the cycles of tower moments, maybe repeating. I'd kind of like to see some more water energy, though, because we started, we got the Nine of Cups as kind of the motivating force. We've got the expression of your creativity, the expression of your love, your kindness, your joy, your beauty in the world, and the expression, of course, of the satisfaction of your kind of deepest, long-term, kind of core spiritual desires, to create that kind of life that you want. But maybe Tower, maybe some more water energy. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Oh yeah, Tower card. This is the repeating experiences of novelty, of magic, of these significant events, rapid changes. And change happens usually very slowly. And then we get a Tower, it's punctuated, and then it's just slow again. And then, another Tower moment at some point. I think you're getting them in quite rapid succession. So I feel like if you are an artist, you're producing things really, really quickly. You have one big idea. You see it through, you follow through, you get to that 10 of Wands, and then you got a time to maybe go take a nap and get something to eat, and then bam, another one. Another breakthrough. Another innovation. The beginning now of something else. Another kind of shedding of skin. Another transcendence, another ascension, another leveling up, right? And quick pace. I feel that it's happening quite rapidly. But all in all, you're not losing your sense of self. And that's why we have the fixed water and the fixed air, and the importance of the Knight of Cups. You're not losing who you are. You're not losing your connection with the world. Even though we're having all of these breakthroughs, all of these leveling up, your feet are still firmly planted on the ground. I wish we would have had a little bit more earth energy here, but that's okay. Your feet are firmly planted on the ground no matter how tall you get, right? You keep your feet on the ground, you stay grounded, stay humble, but make sure you take care of yourself, okay? This is really exciting energy. We're going to do an extended too. There is a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Cancer, Tuesday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free and it doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.